What's good? It's Jordan. Today I'll be talking to you about an idle mind is the devil's playground. See, many times in this life, we fail to realize that we have to be productive. We have to understand our path, our mission that the Most High has placed us on. We have to understand the journey that we're supposed to be on. Many times, we do not occupy our minds with the things that are needed in society for us to be fulfilled. For example, we know that we should be serving the Most High, following the Most High, putting the Most High first over everything in this society, and the Most High will provide us the way, the truth, and the life in this life that we live, but we decide to occupy our minds with things that are much more worldly than the things that are most important to the Most High. See, many times we do not focus on our lives. We do not focus on the things that are needed in this life for us to be guided in the right direction. Sometimes we may get bored. We may lose sight of the path and the journey that we're meant to be on and just do things that the enemy wants us to do. When we don't focus on our mindset, when we don't focus on the world around us in terms of the environment we may live in, the people that are around us, the decisions that we decide to make, the enemy can use those things against us. If we are not in the right mindset and predicament in our life, the enemy can use us to do wickedness. See, we don't understand the severity of what the enemy has planned for us. We think that the enemy, the devil, is just a mystical figure that does not exist. But see, many of these situations in this life currently, in the past, the present, and in the future that are negative are from the enemy. See, it's important that we focus our mind on the Most High and not the enemy, because when our minds are idle, we decide to do things that the enemy wants us to do. You may be young. You may go to this environment, this place, so to speak, and not think about the consequences of your actions and do negative things in these environments, in these places. And when consequences happen, you do not understand the consequence to the extent of the matter. You may feel happy, joyous, relieved, but obviously we all have a conscience where afterwards the Most High may tell us that that wasn't right, and we'll feel it in our conscience when something is not right. And we have to deal with the consequences to the decisions we decided to make because our mind was idle in the moment. We weren't focused. We weren't disciplined. And this happens to all of us in many various different forms and various different scenarios. But at the end of the day, it's about not having an idle mind and focusing. Because when our mind is idle, we do things that didn't even need to be done. The enemy may tell us to do something that we think in the beginning is cool to do. And then when we look back at it, it was very not smart of us to do. You know, at the end of the day, we all make mistakes. We all don't make the right decisions. And we have the ability to look back on those decisions that weren't proper decisions. But if we continue to make those decisions that do not help us and do not lead us closer to the Most High, then consequences will continuously happen with those decisions that we make. In all, the enemy's goal is for us to be lost, for us to be afraid, for us to be fearful, for us to not understand ourselves, for us to live in insecurity, for us to not do the things that the Most High wants us to do. If he's able to control our mind to do negative, then he is happy by that. If he's able to lead us away from the Most High, then he is happy by those things. So when we go outside, anywhere, any environment, anywhere we place ourselves in, understand that you have to be focused because the enemy wants you to not be focused. The enemy wants you to be lost. The enemy wants you to do things that aren't right. The enemy wants you to be on the same level as he is. But the Most High, knows these things. The Most High knows that we may be lost. So the Most High provides us mercy through these situations. But if we continue to pursue negativity, to continue to do negative things, then the Most High will discipline us for these things. Sometimes you may be in a situation where you're fine with your life. Everything is moving forward. Everything is going your direction, your way, guided by the Most High. And you may decide to just do something that is so far out of bounds due to the fact of the matter of just wanting, quote unquote, excitement in your life. And that thing that you do can change your life forever in a negative way. You have many people that are in prison due to the fact of the matter of making that one decision that changed their life forever, that was negative. And when you speak to them and you talk to them, some may give examples of how they wish they could have changed their situation, changed their life, and not make that move. And others may have said, well, they don't care. They're just fine with just that and just moving on. But at the end of the day, freedom is important. If we have the ability to think over the decisions that we're about to make in this life, before we make these decisions and actually sit down and talk to ourselves and talk to the Most High, then you'll understand the Most High will provide you discernment through the decisions that you decide to make. There's people that are in the ground due to the fact of the matter of just making negative decisions in their relationship and just feeding into their temptations and desires instead of leaning on the Most High, focusing on the Most High. And this is what the enemy wants. The enemy wants you to do wrong. The enemy wants you to not do right in your life. And how the enemy does it, the enemy persuades you to do the wrong thing. And then when you do the wrong thing, the enemy will tell you, you did the wrong thing. So the Most High won't forgive you. The Most High won't bless you. The Most High won't work through you. And now you feel like you never can receive forgiveness from the Most High because of the decision that you decide to make. Because many people go through these things, but you have to understand that that's the enemy's plan to stop you from actually leaning closer to the Most High and following the Most High. At the end of the day, our mind is important, and what we focus our mind on is important. The influences in our life is important. What we decide to watch, what we decide to eat, what we decide to have in our environment is important because this influences our decisions. And if we're being influenced by negative things, how can we walk the path that the Most High wants us to walk? Many times in society, you'll see negative things on media and platform and publications. So it's best that we try to actually look at things that are of positive influence. Look at things where we can learn from. Look at things that's strengthening us and our connection with the Most High. Because if it isn't strengthening us, then it's making us weaker. And we cannot be weak in this time frame that we live in right now. We have to be able to make the necessary changes in this life for us to change our mindset, to change our goals and our focus and what we focus on. We cannot be consumed by distractions, because when we're consumed by distractions, ultimately these distractions can consume us. These distractions take us off the track and the path that we're meant to be on. And that's the goal in this world, for you to be consumed by distractions and not know the truth. But every day we have the ability to seek and understand and know the truth. It's for us to do the research because everything's out in the open now. So we're able to do this research possible for us to gain the knowledge, the wisdom, and the understanding through the Most High by just following the laws, the statutes, and commandments, and actually reading the scripture and understanding the scripture and just looking much more deeper into our life. We have the ability to do these things, but if we aren't seeking the righteous path and we're just seeking the path that is just easy and simple and just do whatever you want to do and living a rebellious life and living a life that we're just filled with temptations and desires, and we're not doing anything to please the Most High, but just pleasing ourselves and being lovers of self, then we will be consumed by the enemy. And the enemy wants that. Understand that the Most High wants the right thing for our life. The Most High wants us to be in the right mindset. We have the ability to be in the right mindset. So don't think, if you made a past mistake, that in the future and in the present, you cannot do something with your life. You can. You have the ability to change your mindset every single day that you wake up. Every opportunity that you're provided with grace, you have the ability to change your life. You have the ability to change your mindset. But understand that in this time, we cannot be consumed by what the devil has to offer, because the devil does not have anything good to offer but evil. So we have to understand that the enemy does not want us to win. The enemy does not want us to change. The enemy wants us to be stuck in sin. The enemy wants us to be weak, because when we're weak, it's easier for us to be divided, and it's easier for us to be conquered by the enemy. So today, I want to leave you with this scripture, and I hope this scripture helps you in your own personal life today. Ephesians 5:15-17. Be very careful then how you live, not as wise, making the most of every opportunity, because the days are evil. Therefore, do not be foolish, but understand what the Lord's will is. I hope on this path today, on this journey today, that you understand the will of the Most High and what He wants for our life. I hope that you'll take the opportunity and the time today to understand your mindset, to understand yourself, to learn yourself, and to take time to focus, rest, and rest assured that the Most High is guiding you, strengthening you, and protecting you on this journey today. Peace.